Yes, I'm so excited today because we are gonna take a look at this Raspberry Pi 400. So this is a very interesting, unique product that I kind of came across on the internet. So this is basically a computer and everything is inside of the keyboard. So idea is basically you just need to buy this keyboard and everything else, including mice, just come with this. So you just don't need to buy anything else, just the display. So it's kind of cool, right? So this is based out of Raspberry Pi 4, which is said to be like a replacement of desktop. So finally, like maybe Raspberry Pi can be our desktop. So today we're gonna check how it performs and what's inside the box. Okay, so let's dig in. First of all, let's check what the box says, right? And it says spec, but also what it can do. It says this is a quad-core 64-bit processor which can handle web surfing, editing documents, editing video, watching video, and also learning programming as well. Spec-wise, SoC is Broadcom BCM2711 quad-core 64-bit SoC, ARM-based SoC, and RAM is a 4GB. Okay, so let's unbox. And as you can see, first of all, you're gonna see this beautiful keyboard. It's actually pretty small, smaller than I thought it would be. Anyway, let's go back to later. And if you just keep digging, you are gonna find these two boxes and SD card reader adapter. So this computer comes with 16GB SanDisk micro SD card. So this adapter can be useful if you want to transfer data to other devices. And if you open one box, ta-da, yes, you can find this mice. It's actually kind of nice. It's not like super cheap. It actually works really well. And build quality is not the best, but it's not too bad for the price. Again, this price is $100. And if you want to buy this keyboard itself, it's only $70. So we can't complain. So in another box, there is a power brick. As you can see, it's super tiny to just power this tiny computer. So that's kind of nice. You also get HDMI cable as well. One last thing that you're gonna find in the box is this gigantic Raspberry Pi beginner's guide, which is actually pretty nice. It's all colored and pictures everywhere, so you can actually learn in and out of this Raspberry ecosystem and what you can do with it. And finally, so this is the keyboard itself. As you can see, it's just so small and so tiny and so thin. Look at this. This keyboard profile is very thin, so it's really nice to actually press on it. And look at this from the side. It's so thin. You cannot believe there is computer baked inside of it. But as you can see, there's a air ventilation down here so that you can actually exhaust the heat. There's an Ethernet USB 2.0, 3.0 times 2, USB-C, 2 HDMI, micro SD, and GPIO. Okay, so this, can you see? So this is the keyboard and it's super light. It's just like, if someone just tells me this is just a like wireless keyboard, I would just believe it. But I mean, obviously there's a bunch of like a IO over here. But if there was nothing, I wouldn't realize this was a computer. So I think this looks thin and beautiful, and yeah, it's actually pretty nice. Given the fact that this price is actually only $100, if you just buy this thing, it's only like $70. So, I mean, this is not the, to me, quality of the like $70, sub $100 computer quality. So I'm happy so far. Yeah, so let's compare this one to the regular keyboard. So this is the one I use. This is from Logitech. Obviously this is much bigger because there's a number pad. but like this, it's massively different in size, but also in weight. This is much bigger, obviously, but this is really light. So I cannot believe this just function as a computer. So without further ado, let's just plug into the monitor. So according to the guide, so first of all, we need to plug in this mice, which is very, very small and tiny and it's kind of nice, cute, tiny mice, right? So we have to plug in this one to USB 2.0 over here. Also, we're gonna have to connect this HDMI to our monitor, and there's gonna be two HDMI, but we're gonna have to use the one that's closer to micro SD card. So now HDMI is connected. Next thing I need to do is to connect computer to power brick, and this is USB-C, and just connect. And in theory, this should just turn on the computer immediately. So there's no like a power button. So like there's no like on and off. You just need to plug in, and it should work like flawlessly. When you turn off, you have to go into the system and shut down manually. So that's kind of how we turn on the computer. And now it actually turns on. Okay, let's see what we can do with it. By the way, so this is the entire setup. We just have like this tiny keyboard. Everything is inside. We just connected these like mice, HDMI, and power, and now it's on. We can actually use 4K 60 Hz display with this one, so it's quite powerful actually. So this is actually my first time using Raspberry Pi. So this is my first time using Raspberry Pi OS too. So I don't know much about it, but looks very clean and easy, I think. Okay, so if you look at top left corner, there's a menu button here. Okay, so let's see. As you can see, there's a programming options over here, like Python, Java, and everything else, but also other options too. Interesting thing is there's an Office suite. So there's a database, there's a calculation, such as this is similar to Excel, and you can also make like a PowerPoint type of like a slide, and you can also edit documents using this program. So I think this is quite impressive when you actually consider the price. All of these software actually came with the system. So the internet, Chromium web browser, the mail, so there's a basic stuff, and sound and video, graphic, games. It's interesting thing is that there's a Microsoft Minecraft Pi came with, we can maybe run later. Accessories, help, preference, and logout. So yeah, it's pretty, I think, comprehensive when it comes to like a basic computer function. So let's start up this web browser. Okay, so let's check YouTube. By the way, I realized that default search engine is DuckDuckGo. So I believe you can change it later, but that's something that you might want to know. Okay, YouTube. What I want to see is that if we can watch like high resolution video with a little lag. So let's see. Okay, now we are watching Marcus's video. This is full HD. Oh, there's no 4K option. I don't know why. Maybe because of this browser. Probably this web browser cannot play 4K like Safari. Maybe that's why. I don't know. But somehow we only getting 1080p from this browser. And performance wise, it's not like snappy as other like computer that I have, but it's working, so it's not too horrible in my opinion. Yeah, I mean loading is not too slow, so I think this is not that bad for especially for your kids and niece, and like if you want to just get into like computer programming or whatever. Okay, so let's test some office work kind of scenario. So this is a document editor called LibreOffice. It's actually pretty good, honestly. This looks pretty much like Microsoft Word document, and the functions seem to be comprehensive as well. So you can definitely edit basic document with this software for sure. So this is a software called LibreOffice Impress. This is basically alternative to PowerPoint, and it looks honestly pretty good. You can pretty much do everything that you might want to do on the PowerPoint. So yeah, I think this might be enough for like kids' homework, or maybe even for some professional work as well. And this is the LibreOffice calculator. But anyway, this is equivalent to Excel. And as you can see, this looks very comprehensive. So you can pretty much do every single basic calculation with this software. So I think this is kind of sweet. This is enough for homework and everything else. Okay, so now let's play some game. So what about Minecraft? Oh wow, it actually works. This is kind of fun. I mean, this is actually good for like kids and like maybe getting into basic gaming, basic programming and everything else. Oh, this is sweet. And it's actually really working well, very smoothly. So there's no like performance limitation because of this form factor or anything. This actually works pretty well in my opinion. Okay, so then this is the file manager. So this kind of looks like a Windows system. So this is very intuitive and easy to use. Also, if you want to use the task manager, you can use it from here. So it's pretty accessible. Okay, so to wrap up this video, I think this is pretty good little computer in my opinion. And I think this is a really great option, especially for kids. Maybe if your kid wants to learn computer, but if you don't have budget to actually buy him or buy her a laptop computer, and this might be actually a good option for really anyone to really get into this computer environment. And program is also solid, so you can actually do the work. You can actually work on the homework, do the calculation, do some imagery, you can edit the video, you can play the video. Of course, there's no issue whatsoever to run the website. So yeah, I mean, this is actually very convincing little tiny computer. I wouldn't say this is gonna entirely replace majority of the computer, but this can be good for anyone who wants to get like cheaper computer experience. So one of the good thing about this computer is this GPIO. So you can actually connect like accessories, for example, like a motor, anything else, and you wish, then you can actually control those devices from here. It's easy for anyone to get into programming and like regulating, controlling devices. So this can be good option for student. So far, I think this is a kind of impressive device. And this really can be a good Christmas present for your kids and kids in the neighborhood and yeah, stuff like that. So anyways, that's been it. I really enjoy working on this video and I hope you really enjoy this video as well. So if you have any comments or question, please let me know in a comment below. And yeah, so see you guys in the next video.